Good morning, everyone. Mike Bertnolli, Operations Chief for Great Basin Team 3. I've got a fire update for Monroe Canyon today, July 28th. So as I roll into this briefing, we're going to go around the map, but first and foremost want to say it is our last shift on the fire. We're transitioning with Great Basin Team 5, and I know those folks are going to do a good job for you. So it's been a pleasure. Let me roll into the fire. We did have significant activity to the northeast yesterday. Imagine folks from town saw the column. And so as we go around that map, I'm going to articulate what happened on the incident yesterday out here in Division Golf. But first, I'll start in Division Alpha. This is the west side of our fire. You can see this well from Monroe. But we did have some active fire down here in Monkey Flat Ridge. That fire backs to the southeast and aligns with drainages and really runs back up into itself. So we don't have real concerns over the coming days, but it is something that we're going to need to address probably in the 7-day period. What we're doing in there is just prepping a road south of Manning Reservoir out to the west and then back to the northeast. Gives us an indirect line where we can catch that fire as it comes down off the hill. So as we move north, we still have a piece of fire that's out here by Hunts Lake. Same thing, that's kind of coming down the hill to the west and then runs back into itself. So we put a piece of Dozer Line in there and then done some road prep up Dry Canyon. As that comes off the hill, it gives us a couple options. We can fire off of it with drip torches, just ignitions, and ultimately get this piece of line contained. All right, moving north into Monroe Canyon. Saw a lot of activity here yesterday. If you're watching from town, we had those big water scoopers. They're cool. They were doing work up to the northwest towards Signal Peak. So they will continue those operations today. We've had good success in there because those fuels are lighter and flashier. And additionally, all these darker polygons on the map are where the forest has gone in and done hazardous fuels treatments. And so as a result of that, when fire backs into it, it doesn't want to spread as aggressively. All right, let me get up to where our activity was yesterday. So I've talked about this a lot over the last several days. We've got Long Flat community up there in Big Lake. The previous shift, our Gabe, our division supervisor up here, did some backfiring activities to take the punch out of that fire as it came up from the south. That held pretty well near the community of Long Flat. But what we saw in the afternoon was spot fires came across our line into some slash piles northeast of the Porter subdivision. And that created a very active fire that ran into the evening out towards Highway 24. So last night we moved crews up and around. You'll see these hash marks on our map. Those represent Dozer Line or Bulldozer Line that goes down to the southeast. So today's operations are going to be trying to catch that fire on that Dozer Line, and if everything goes well for us, stop this progression to the north. So more to come on that tomorrow, but I do think that we're going to have a good day up there, and again, try and capture that fire as it comes north. As we move down to the east along the fire, I've talked about this for several days, really since our team's been here. The summer home communities down here in Monroe, Manning Meadows, and then Magleby, as of the last 4 or 5 shifts, we're in there working around where fire's gone through those structures, just suppressing any hot spots, spraying water on fire around those structures to prevent any future threat or harm to the structures that are in those communities. Those operations are going very well. Don't anticipate any other impacts to those subdivisions. And then just a little bit out here to the east, we've had good success holding this eastern fire line from progressing. So for all accounts, what we call Division Mike, Whiskey, and Zulu, we've been pretty successful there for the last few shifts. And that's represented on the map by the black line that you're starting to see develop. That just shows containment we're confident that fire's not going to move out of there. So what I'll leave you with is I don't talk about the aviation aspect of this as much as I probably should. We, over the last 72 hours, have had significant aviation work done on this fire. We're using helicopters. I mentioned scoopers earlier. We've flown a lot of retardant on this fire. You'll see those operations continue. So if you're looking in the sky, we do have a lot of metal in the air that is working very aggressively on this fire. As I mentioned before, folks, this is our last shift with the fire. It's been a pleasure working with you. We really appreciate it. And with that, have a great day. Thank you.
And we're out. Bunch of bulls in China out here.
If it makes you feel better, I didn't even notice you making coffee.
I went into the other room.